there, and we're going to manage our projects in there. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a teams, create team from scratch, and then we're going to select whichever type fits our needs. I'm going to select private. I'm going to type in my team's name, so I'm going to select this project management global, and then I can just hit create. And now what I can do in here is I can start adding some channels. So I can click here and add channel, and I can put in the channel name. So channel name I can put, for example, I can call this USA, and I can say that this is a private channel. So this means that only a couple of folks are going to see this, not everybody. And in here, what I can do is I can go here into Files, and I can open up its SharePoint. Click here at three dots, open SharePoint. In here, I can create the list that I need. Right? So this is a specific URL that was created. So I can click here and set content, click here new, I can click in list, and I can create a blank list. I can call this say. For us, the experience doesn't really matter. So we're going to create a couple of columns in here. I'm going to start off with a status column. So basically I'm going to put this as a choice. Status. And I have a couple of statuses that I like more. Let me put that in here. I'm going to remove what I don't need. I'm just going to save it. We have the status. I'm going to put a responsible field, whoever is responsible for this activity, right, that is going to work on. So it's going to be a person, organization. I'm going to save it. Now going to the next one, start date, date and time. Don't need time. I can add another one, date and time, which is going to be end date. Don't need time. I'm going to add the last one, which is going to be the progress, right? It's the progress for the activity. So this is going to be a number. Then we put percentage. I don't need a number of decimal places. Just hit save. So now, after we have this, I'm going to create a new view, which is going to be a board. I'm going to use based upon status. Make this a public view. I'm going to call this Scrumban. So now we have here the board. So I'm going to enter a new item here just so you see how it is. Just put in here, develop a new custom form. Self responsible. Put here start date, today, end date. And I can put in here the progress, which can be 0. So we have here a board. What I can do here is also customize this board. So I can do customize card. I don't want start date, status where I have down top. I don't need that either. Responsible, I want this down. Also want the progress. So now that we made the changes, I have the board as I need. I can now go on and move into my next channel. Okay, so I can create another one. which can be another private channel. So I can call this Canada. I can put this as a private as well. So only people that have access to these channels are going to have access to this data. You can skip this for now. So same thing, go to Files, 3 dots, open Sharepoint. It's another Sharepoint here. So I can go here to create some contents, create a list. I can choose from an existing list, right? If we had on this one, since it's not on this one, it's on the other one. We select the other one, the US. It's going to be the USA list. Just go here next. And I can just call this Canada. I don't need this to show here in SharePoint. We're not going to even use the SharePoint experience at all. But we have here as well. One thing that I've noticed is we need to set the view Scrumban as default. We did not do that. Let me do that here right now. Let me select Scrumban and put set current view as default. Let me do that here as well. Set current view as default. Tabs here. So let's just click on plus. So we have the Teams experience. So click here on list. Click on list. Click on save. Add an existing Canada. Select the list that we created, and it's here. Boom, it's right there. With the new default view that we made, right, which is Scrum board. It's actually a board, sorry. So now we select lists. We created a Scrumban, and we're going to add another Scrumban here for the US, and existing USA. We also added here as well. So we can just keep on adding items here. Can put here to add new integration to MCP. Off as it's possible. Progress, I'm just going to add 0 for now. Okay, so now we have two different activities there in to do, and maybe add integration is now in a different spot now. And I can also maybe add a progress here, which is now in 15%. After my meeting there, so I've updated the other information and everything's all set. So I hope you like this for your Scrumban needs, Scrum boards,